One. Welcome to another segment of Steal Our Winners. And today we have a new contributor, someone who I've gotten to know a little bit over the last couple months. His name is Peter Kell, and really the innovator behind some of the most profitable VSLs out there today. He's known for taking Miami MD from 0 to 40 million in 12 months and then exiting. And he came across my radar because, one, he knows a friend of mine, Jason Applebaum, who he knows from a while back. Jason is really big in the affiliate space. And then Peter came back onto my radar because of Mindvalley's success. Ian Nagy, another contributor to Steal Our Winners, owns VidTow, which is a competitive intelligence tool for YouTube. And when you look at VidTow, you can see that Mindvalley has been crushing it with their VSLs, these documentary style VSLs that like The Science of Luck. I know I saw they spent over $2 million to get over 40 million views of just that VSL. And what's unique and different about it, one, is the production quality. Obviously, there's a lot different about it, and I'm sure Peter will have a lot to say about it. But what's noticeably different is that the production quality, it looks like a documentary. And instead of bringing people off a platform to opt in, to watch a video, etc., the ad is the VSL itself. So it stays, the user, like in this particular case, stays on YouTube, watches, what appears to be a documentary, and then ends with an actual offer. And if they want to go to the order page, the link is in the description. So welcome, Peter. Just super excited to have you here. I think that this is really, like, your style of VSLs is really an evolution. And I was talking about VSLs this morning on a Digital Marketer podcast, and we were talking about you as well. And how, like the old style VSLs, the ones that I brought to Agora back in 2007, the ones that John Benson originally created, just, straight text on a PowerPoint, it boosted response by like 400% in the US for Agora. But that lasted until, that was at 2007. And then it just slowly eked down until it was just about even with the sales letter, that style by 2017. And I see this as being like
the next wave.
Reset. Yeah.
Unstoppable.
So anyway, so where should we start?
I like starting by saying, fuck the opt-in page. I could start with that, right? I mean,
Yes.
As an affiliate, first off, I wasn't collecting stuff. It's all about making the biggest campaign. It's not even about making VSLs. It's about making the biggest campaign or the most money on the internet as possible. And through my own tests, having not only an opt-in, right, but even having like the video on a landing page, just getting someone to click that is going to have a 10% drop-off rate. So why are VSLs the most profitable thing you could do on the internet? Because it is the least friction thing you can do on the internet. They're scrolling on Facebook. They do nothing. They're watching your video. All of a sudden, 40 minutes go by and they're sold as fuck. No friction. They go to a buy. You can't beat anything. I mean, whatever is the least friction is going to win at the end of the day, or at least has the potential to be the highest. And I think this is true for anything that is less than, a $1,500 product. If you're high ticket, opt-in page, go for it. But low ticket, no, bro, make a better VSL and scale that puppy up. That's where I'm a big believer in.
And so based on that, would you say that you approach creating a VSL differently than other people?
Well, I don't know how anybody else is doing it.
Okay.
I know a really fucking hard, impossible way to do it that's probably going to get you killed, which is just trying to be fucking really smart and read a bunch of books on copywriting and learn how to just be a genius and like put a thing together, right? Like that never fucking worked for me. In fact, I read a ton of books and I had the shittiest results ever, right? And my early insights came from working with Jason Applebaum as an affiliate marketer. And he didn't know anything about copy, but he's making millions and millions of dollars, right? And what he taught me was just, you need to find the biggest campaigns, you need to swipe them, and you need to test them, right? That was kind of this big thing. Find the biggest campaigns, swipe them, test them. So eventually when we got into e-commerce, eventually we just had this idea. There's these big ass advertorials that have made so much money. Why don't you just try rewriting it for this new foot and sole product? And lo and behold, that's how the first thing was born. We started rewriting advertorials, and then we figured out that if we just turned that into a BuzzFeed slideshow video, it just worked better. Right. So so my philosophy, right? I took that campaign and I put it in this thing called the VSL Bible, which was like, it was just a winning campaign. And then I started like, it worked really well for me. So I got obsessed with collecting winning campaigns, right? It was almost like this one talks about a conspiracy angle. This one talks about a nightmare story. This one has a fascinating opening, right? This one leads with the unique mechanism. There was all these different monster campaigns on the internet because everyone's so creative. And I just started adding all of these to this thing called the VSL Bible. So I began collecting this one place, this one fucking simple little document I could refer to write a campaign. And after a while, it just became like, okay, I have this product. Here's the story and the unique mechanism. I just take a look at all my campaigns and be like, which one kind of fits with this product? Which one makes sense? And this VSL Bible became my fucking clutch secret weapon, right? For my whole career, the entire career, right? It got a little messy. That it really worked really, really well between like 3-minute and 8-minute VSLs and like 11-minute VSLs. But the second that you got to like 15, 40-minute VSLs, it got a little difficult to use the VSL Bible because the scripts were fucking 40 pages long, right? So we had to come up with a different kind of solution there. But I mean, I'm just a guy who has the VSL Bible, and one really good habit, which is just wake up in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and rewrite a VSL. The most important fucking action you could take. Just do that every morning, right? I have a tool and I have a habit. Unstoppable. You know, I mean, you can't fucking lose with those two combinations there.
And what would you do with so you'd find like a winning VSL, and then how would you break it apart?
So John Benson taught me how to do this at the beginning, because at the first, VSLs looked like this impenetrable fucking 10,000 word impossible thing that, what is this, right? And then I remember hiring John Benson to like, you know, train me on this VSL, because I had a day where I spent $72,000 on this campaign on Facebook in a day, and I did $70,000 in sales. So I lost $2,000, but there was money flying everywhere. And if I could just boost the ROI by 10%, we'd be fucking Lambo money again, right? We'd be printing. So I hit up John Benson for coaching, and he looks at my script. It was just this big, long piece of text. And he's like, bro, you gotta like fucking chunk it into chunks. So he starts like, he's like, this is your nightmare story. So he, above my nightmare story, he puts nightmare story, right? Tear-jerking disaster. The point of this is to create an emotional nightmare. And then he's like, oh, this is the insert the authority figure who comes to save the day, right? Another piece, he just chunked down these big scripts into these meaningful, manageable chunks that just each had its own intention for that piece of the VSL, all the way down to insert scarcity, right? Insert scarcity / social proof, insert the close, right? Like the whole way through, insert the discovery, explains the root cause of your problem, reveals the techniques that solve the root cause of the problem, tries it on a bunch of people, they fucking transform, right? Like just like it becomes its own scripted like movie. And now it just looks relatively easy, right? Relatively, I'm just following this winning campaign, which has all those things. I don't need to remember to put them in there. I just need to remember to do what they did and keep modeling their winning campaigns and have a bunch of these in my back pocket. You know, while I think John Benson's formula of like, this is a fucking umbrella, and in just a minute, I'm going to show you how this umbrella is going to change your life. That's one formula. You know, what people need is 50 formulas, winning formulas that have proven to make millions of dollars, and they need it's broken down simply to get to the top of Mount Everest. So bam.
I totally agree. I mean, that's at Agora, right? The first 60 days that a copywriter was going through training, that's what they had to do every day. They had to take a sales letter, and we call it blueprinting a sales letter, where you're basically turning it into a structure by identifying what every paragraph's doing, and you know, kind of coming down with basically an outline of the, you know, of the structure. And that, you know, that there is a commonality amongst structures, but also that when you find a winning structure, generally it can be replicated. And I think we even had a bonus. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Here's what I believe. I believe that every sale in the world is the same thing. Every sale in the world is the same thing. Every sale is just somebody who has a problem. It made them emotionally feel bad. So they hear about somebody who figured out the root cause of their problem. They solved it. They put it into a product. And now this person is too inspired to take action and buy the product today. Every sale in the world is the same thing. It's somebody with a problem who decided they're going to solve that problem right now by buying the product. And that's it. So I don't care if you're selling skincare, fucking this product, that product, anything. If you're selling pens, it doesn't matter. Each successful winning campaign is a story of somebody solving their problem, discovering the root cause of their problem, discovering the solution inside of the product, and believing that it can work, and then taking action to buy. So every formula is a path, is a road to the top of Mount Everest that you can follow, that you should follow, right? In order to get to the top of Mount Everest.
That's a good, I like that analogy or metaphor. Do you have an example of one? Could we look at one?
I've got endless examples of these things.
I know, yeah.
I've got endless examples of these things.
So what would be like a good structure that, like, for, let's say, what would be an easy structure to go over? One that's easier.
Listen, I can pull up the VSL Bible if you want to take a look at it right now.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Let's take a look at it. Let me show you guys the it's still being, no, this is going to become an actual like fucking book. Where the hell is this thing? Okay, got it right here. Bing, bada, boom. All right, we're doing a screen share. I'm going to pull up, I'll give you guys a live demonstration. I'll show you guys like the old way that I used to do it, and then I'll show you guys what I guess like kind of the new way that that we're doing it today is. Okay, so this is how I like to break down VSLs. Can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what I have right here is the VSL Flow Bible. Now, this is what we started doing to easily chunk down all of the biggest campaigns on the internet, which were longer than a half hour. Because when you look at a half-hour Gundry video, it's fucking confusing. But if you look at it like this is the hero's journey to make a bunch of money. Now, the reason why VSLs are so fascinating to me, because this isn't a story about somebody discovering a product that can relieve gut health, gut issues, right? This is a story about Craig Clements making millions of dollars on the internet by telling this story, right?
Right.
Same thing with all of these. Dr. Marty's VSL, right? The V-Shred VSL, right? Metacore, Silva Ultramind. This is my VSL broken down into chunks. Superbrain. I mean, in this document, we have everything fucking revealed in a simple way where you can see all of these different formulas in all of these multi-million-dollar campaigns. These are $100 million brands. Golden Hippo, billion-dollar company, $1 billion plus in sales, right? Just from telling a story just like this. So in the middle, we have how they told the story. And on the outside, we have the meta of the story. So this is what everybody kind of uses in a sense. So we'll take this story as an example. Activated you, warning complete with Maggie Q here, right? So I'm going to start by just saying what this VSL is in a framework template, right? The formula. So here's how she would say it. Listen, I love doing what most people say I'm not supposed to do because I fixed the root cause of my problem. Hi, I'm famous, and I used to have all these physical and emotional problems just like you. In fact, I tried everything and nothing worked. And then I discovered a secret. And now I have all the physical and emotional benefits. My life is amazing. All because I met a doctor who told me what the root cause of my problem was. Now, here's how the root cause of the problem happens. Here's how the root cause of the problem occurs. And this is where all of your problems actually come from. Now, I tried this thing I tried this thing that you probably tried and it didn't work for me. Then I tried this other thing that you probably haven't tried and it worked like fucking crazy. Now, I put all of these into a supplement that you can take today that'll solve all your fucking problems, and you can buy that shit right now. Right? That's literally this VSL in a nutshell. Now, you can apply that to literally any product. It's, hey, I can do all this crazy shit because I solved the root cause of my problem. I used to have all these issues. Nothing worked. Then I met a guy who fucking showed me the reason I have all these issues. I tried this other stuff. It didn't work. I tried this. It fucking works. We put it into a bottle, which is basically done for you problem solving. And then you can buy it today. So by reverse engineering this model, you now have a tool in your back pocket that you can go to rewrite a VSL and create a VSL with. Pretty cool. So I have a lot of these in my back pocket. A lot of them, as you can see. A lot of short ones and a lot of long ones.
And how long would you say that it takes for someone to get good at kind of blueprinting a VSL or a sales letter?
It doesn't take very long at all because I did the blueprint for you. So this is the VSL Bible in a sense. So we have like basically bringing you up to speed on how to do it. We have some like rules on how to do it. And then we have like some documents because essentially, again, the core idea is every sale is the same. It's just somebody solving a problem that emotionally hurts them and then taking action. So once you know your puzzle pieces, it's more of like organizing puzzle pieces than it is being genius, right? Once you know what your demographic is, what their problem is, and what the root cause of the problem is that your product solves, then you can take those pieces and put them into like this one, for example, into this framework. So this is what the VSL Bible is. It's a breakdown of all these monster campaigns that I've seen in my toolkit, and then showing them, like I call it the kindergarten simple pitch, showing them the formula, and then showing them how they can rewrite this formula. So they don't need to do anything. And I've got like 30 plus things in here that show you really, it's really easy to rewrite. And once you read a couple of these, you will easily be able to see patterns in the whole thing. And the point of this is just you decide which VSL script you want to rewrite. You two decisions. You need to decide which script you want to rewrite, and then you need to rewrite it. So at the top here is we have a bunch of easily broken down scripts from winning campaigns. That's just the high level overview. And then literally the rest of the document is everybody's scripts. So we got 100 something pages of like the Metacore VSL script. So this is where you actually rewrite this winning campaign. But before you rewrite it, you have to decide which one you want to rewrite, if that makes sense.
That does.
Yeah. But it's the best. I mean, it's like you could do, if you're not doing the VSL Bible way, that means you have to go spy on the internet, go find a script, go fucking break it down into chunks, kind of like this is. You know, you can see this is open loop 1, social proof, testimonials. Just watch till the end. I promise this will work. The weight loss people fucking hid it away for me. You don't have much time. Just imagine your life with no fucking horrific nightmares and imagine all the amazing benefits in your life. Watch to the end. Hi, I'm a regular guy just like you. I know what it's like to fucking lose control. My wife was fucking pregnant. I didn't like her anymore. My doctor told her to do this. It fucking sucks. She got really sad. I know what you're going through. My wife doesn't love me anymore because now I'm fucking fat. And then now I just lost my kid because he's fucking fat and had a heart attack. Right? I don't want you to experience that. Good thing we prayed to God and fucking met a doctor, and the doctor tells me about a nightmare. He revealed me that I have a slow metabolism, and fucking that's why all this shit doesn't, like, you see what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I do.
It's so much easier. It's not this big impenetrable force anymore, right? It's just this chunking, you know, a chunking kind of men who move mountains begin by moving small stones. This is each little stone you got to move, right? I fucking hate that quote, but it's so true.
And, you know, I totally get it. And, you know, every copywriter that I know that I've worked with, like, yeah, they have all their sections labeled and stuff. Makes it really easy to kind of understand what's going on. I would imagine that a lot of people watching this video probably haven't even seen that. So this is kind of eye-opening to them of how things are broken out.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering that, you know, you have so much experience in this area. You know, there are certainly copywriters who are members of Steal Our Winners, but for the most part, you know, they're just one small group of many groups, you know, media buyers, marketers, et cetera. And I'm just curious, like, I'm not sure what questions to ask you to get the most value for everyone else. And like based on, but I know that you've seen a lot of things, you've done a lot of things.
I can guide them. Let's just guide them through the thing, right?
Okay.
So I know what everyone needs to do, right? They all want to make some fucking money because they got some dreams that cost money to make come true, right? That's kind of the main thing here, is, you know?
Yeah.
So to get the money, you have to do one thing in this world, right? You have to, and this is non-negotiable, you have to create an ad that gives you more revenue than you spent on it, right?
Yep.
Simple stuff there, right?
Yeah.
Now, anyone can scale. Scaling is really easy. You just go into your advertising account and you spend more money on your fucking ads, right?
Well,
the problem
more than your CPA, right?
Yeah, exactly. All you have to do is just double how much you're spending and you're scaling. The problem, though, is that the revenue doesn't match the spend you just doubled. Your revenue doesn't double again. If it did, you'd be printing twice as much money as you've ever made, right? That's actually all you have to do is spend more. But the problem is the ROI goes down and your revenue goes down. And there's only one reason, assuming you have the basics down, like you're in a big niche, you modeled a winning campaign, right? There's only one reason, and you still have inventory. There's one reason why it doesn't scale. It's because your fucking ad sucks balls. That's why. Your creative, your VSL sucks balls. And I can tell you, a bad VSL will not get sales at a profitable ROI, and an amazing VSL will get sales at a profitable ROI. That's what the fucking difference is, right? And if your ad was actually good, you would be printing money and you would be able to scale. That's how we went from 0 to 4 million a month by month 3. Because I could put in $2 million a month and get $4 million a month back because we had an amazing ad and we had inventory, right? From a daily perspective, that's like putting 80 grand in a day and getting like 140 grand back in a day, right? That's what you have to do. You break it down into the daily fucking thing. If you want to get past 3 million a month, you have to be doing 100 grand days, non-negotiable, right? That's what 100 times 30 is fucking 3 million, right? That kind of stuff. Now, so how do we make ads that convert so we can run huge campaigns so we can go make money and drive Lambos, right? Or whatever your dreams are, right? You do that by rewriting winning campaigns. And how do you get rewrite winning campaigns? You have to know a high level overview of all of the best campaigns so you can make a proper decision on which one you want to rewrite. And then you need to fucking write it and make it. That's it. So that's what we do here, right? That's all we do here. That's all you need to do. You can get the access to the VSL Bible. It's free. We're giving this away for free because if the VSL Bible is a trip to the top of Mount Everest for you in your life and your business, I mean, what I sell are helicopter rides that kind of make it easier for you to get up there, easier and faster, right? So I sell helicopter rides up there, and we do that with like using AI to rewrite these things for you, right? We have a group coaching to guide you along the way. And then I have the full fucking masterclass to bring you up to speed on the rest of the pieces of the puzzle outside of just script writing. But we're not going into the sales pitch here. I'm just saying that's why I'm giving this away for free, because if I'm making millions of dollars, why would I fucking give this away for free? And the answer is because we're building an AI that'll write this for you. And that if I can make you super rich with VSLs using an AI, that'll probably make me super duper rich. So that's why, right? So we're trying to get this out to as many hands as possible.
And where can they get the VSL Bible?
We're still deciding. Maybe you can just go to vsl.bible, the URL, and then we'll give a free link there. You just insert your email. Yeah, you can just start with vsl.bible. It doesn't work yet, but I'll make sure it works after this call.
VSL.bible. Is Bible a domain?
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll bother you for it if you don't have it up by the time.
Or try vsl.bible or go to vslbible.com. I'm sure one of those will work.
Bible.
VSL.ai works, but we haven't linked it together with anything yet. But yeah.
All right. My assistant's going to come hunt you down, I think. Yeah, when I type in VSL Bible, it's asking me if I want the Freemasonry.
No, it doesn't exist yet. I haven't. I'm still finalizing the details on this whole thing, but on this whole, I'm still writing it every single day because it's a fucking monster of a document. But it's so much simpler than it looks intimidating, because you really just need 30 pages to bring you up to speed on everything, and then you just have a list of VSLs that you got to rewrite, and then you just go directly to the script, the winning script. So you don't need to read 400 pages worth of shit. You can just skip to like, the chunks. So you see the formulas. You just need to get the formulas.
Yeah, I would say for an entrepreneur, business owner, marketer, that's probably enough. I'd say for a copywriter, there's probably if they plan on doing a lot of them, it's probably valuable to blueprint a bunch themselves so that they really learn it now.
Yeah. Blueprint
no.
or just read it. You know, I mean, you
Break it.
blueprint, we broke it down for you. You just need to read it. And that's how you get your chops up. It's just once you read, the thing is, when you read the first one, it's like, wow, that was crazy. And then you read the second one, you're like, that kind of looked like the last one. And then you read the third one, you're like, I mean, it's like the hero's journey, dude. It's like this, all the
Right.
Star Wars, the Harry Potter, the fucking Katniss, it's all the same thing. Once you look at them side by side, you can see the pattern.
Right.
When you only see one, you don't see a pattern. And when you see the pattern, you see how it could work.
And would you say that that's probably the biggest mistake that most people make, is that they don't know the pattern?
The biggest
Or-
mistake that people make is that they're
Yeah.
not rewriting winning campaigns. Has to be. I mean, I don't know what other people are doing, right? I just know what I'm doing, right? And I tell you what, I never start with a blank fucking page, right? The only thing that matters is, here's what I start with. I start by knowing a winning campaign and being like, I want to recreate this. That's how I started. I want to remake this VSL. That fucking Metacore VSL on ClickBank is blowing up. I want to do one like that, except white hat for a dope brand that sells a cool product. So I start by just rewriting big things. And that's the core of it.
And what led you to like the approach with Mind Valley?
How did I meet Mind Valley?
No, not how did you meet it, but like what led you to do that kind of high production value, look like a documentary style?
Well, that's what I did with my skincare brand. So, and it worked super, super well, right? So I did BuzzFeed videos as an affiliate because I could move fast, but I saw the Gundrys of the world and knew, right? I study the biggest campaigns. I see their high production, right? There's no way to get around it. So inside, I wanted to grow. I wanted to be bigger. I wanted to do something I hadn't done before. So when I started my skincare brand, that was big because that was my first high production video shoot with a real doctor, dermatologist sitting in front of a camera, high production, all the B-roll you can imagine. Now, Mind Valley believed in the same thing. And when I saw Mind Valley, right, it's like I had all these VSL Bible pieces that I knew could fit with their authors' stories. That was essentially it. So I'm like, bro, I see all the authors. I'm like, I know I have something in the VSL Bible I can rewrite from these people, right? I just have to extract their stories, understand the problems that they saw, their course solved, the techniques and all the pieces of the puzzle, right? And then I can fucking order it using the VSL Bible.
Got it. And when you did it for yourself, like with Miami MD, the very first time you did high production, like, were you nervous or did you already have like kind of tested and so you knew it would work, or like?
Oh, no. So I had a skincare campaign as an affiliate that was exploding, right? We got to about $30,000 a day, and it was an exclusive offer that we made from just this skincare brand online. But then they told us to pause because they wanted to run Facebook internally, right? So we were pissed the fuck off because we had we went from making 30 grand a day to zero. So I was pissed and I was like, I want to start my own brand. I want to do this even more legit. And that's how it started. So we took a winning affiliate campaign and we made it legit. And then we went from 30 grand a day to 100 grand a day every day for 8 months in a row.
Nice.
Crazy.
All right. So we got the VSL Bible, the VSL Flow Bible, right? It's at peterkel.com/VSL-Bible. But we'll, that's where it is right now, at least. I see an opt-in for it.
Yeah, you can get the Flow Bible there. Yeah, for sure.
Is that different than the one you were showing?
That's the one. It is different. It's a different one that I'm showing. Yeah, that one is more short form VSLs because everything I showed you was mostly long form stuff. So we're creating more short form variations and long form variations. But I think VSLBible.com or just VSL.Bible are going to be where we're going to put this.
Got it. And what else should we cover before we wrap this thing?
I mean,
have we not covered that's valuable that people should know?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things that people should know to really be successful at this, right? And I want to cover this because I want people to be successful at this. And we built a bunch of tools that I didn't have before, right? That made this thing kind of work. So the VSL Bible is the road to the top, right? But there are ways to accelerate that and make it happen faster. And that includes being around a group of fucking badass guys who are all committed to making their VSLs work. That includes having, getting up to speed on everything else the VSL Bible doesn't cover, right? Like all like production and media buying and spying and all those things, and mindset and all those pieces. And then there is like weekly group coaching calls that kind of guide you along the way, along with AI, how to use AI to rewrite these, which is where the future is going to be, right? That is where the future is for sure. And then there is doing these for affiliate marketing. There's a huge opportunity as affiliates that kind of do this. So all of these and more are like, bonuses that we put together for this group coaching class that we have called the VSL Masterclass and the Elite Business Coaching. So the Bible can get you everywhere that you want to go, right? That's the whole point, because that's all I've used my entire career. We got proof up the yin yang. But there is a way to accelerate it. So I just want people to know that, and they can find out more at peterkel.com and learn more about the masterclass.
Very cool. And would you say that, you've been marketing this for a little while now, what are the types of people that are coming mostly? Is it mostly copywriters? Is it mostly business?
Mostly business owners, more than copywriters. I mean, I just signed up a guy 3 days ago, $100 million supplement company, right? But hadn't started working with VSLs yet. There's guys in Germany doing $72 million a year. There's other guys with supplement companies doing $40 million a year. Acquisition.com, their team just fucking signed up. They're inside. They just beat one of their controls. They made 2 VSLs that beat 2 controls. He's like a director of kind of a marketing guy. There's less copywriters because more of these people some of them have agencies and just want to sell VSLs to their clients, which is a complete no-brainer to get in, because I can show them how to make a better business model by getting royalties from the VSL you're making instead of just selling them something that makes a ton of money. If it actually makes a ton of money, you should get royalties. If it doesn't make a ton of money, you should get the money up front, right? Because they're not going to want to come back. So, but you shouldn't be selling shit that doesn't get money back, right? You should not get rewarded for making bullshit, which is what I believe in. Affiliate marketers who want to make bigger campaigns and scale that stuff out. Anyone who's doing Facebook ads really is the main kind of thing here, because everyone just believes in making Facebook ads. Of course, like brand owners and stuff like that.
And would you say that, like, if someone wants to get good at this, like, should they start with short form VSLs and then work their way up, or just dive in?
For sure. The best way is how I started, which is just starting with 3 to 7 minute VSLs. And the whole section on the VSL Bible are some of the biggest VSL between that range that I have ever found and created also. So I would start with that. And the products you want to be selling is anything less than $60 per thing, per whatever, right? E-commerce. And that I would just, best habit you can have is wake up in the morning and start rewriting these things. And once you start making money, the first hire you would hire is a copywriter. That was my first hire, because I would have the flow down. Like, I know this product with this VSL flow would print. And then I take that to my copywriter, because I would procrastinate on putting the first draft together. That was my procrastination thing. So he would do that for me. That was the biggest one. And then I would procrastinate on editing it. So my next hire would be an editor, right? So then things really make up when you hire your procrastination part.
Yes, it certainly does. I've been down that road myself. For sure. I've noticed that you also do, or at least I saw one, so I assume you do more of them. On your YouTube channel, you've dissected. I was watching like an ad for a knife that you were dissecting.
Yeah. So we break down. It's called the VSL Flow Show, where I do this for fun. I just break down some winning campaigns to show you what I'm looking at when I'm recreating these. Because again, it's about recreating campaigns. And once you see winning campaigns, it just doesn't become much of a mystery anymore, right? It doesn't become so impossible, intimidating.
Yeah, and I would say watching someone who knows how to break them down also makes it easier too. So watching what you're doing on YouTube is very instructional.
100%. We got a free little series there. Yeah, for sure.
Anything I should have asked that I didn't, or anything where people really mess up more than other places?
I mean, the key here is, one, you can do it. That's the key thing here. This is something you can do. This is something that, is not reserved to the richest people, right? Anyone can do this. Anyone can just follow it. You do not have to know everything. You only have to train for 1 year to get to the top of Mount Everest. You know that? Because you know why? Because you're following a fucking path that's already been figured out, right? You just need to train for 1 year. If you try to go a new way, you're going to fucking die, right? If you try to learn all the pieces to blaze a new fucking, that's going to take you 20 years, right? Which is why reverse engineering campaigns is the way to go, right? You can download the VSL Bible. You can become great as fuck. You can beat so many legendary copywriters just because you're modeling winning campaigns. Now, you're going to have no fucking clue how you did it, right? They're going to answer you copy questions. You're not going to know, right? The same way that if you copy the answers on a kid in math class, you're not going to know why, but you're just going to have the result. You're like, I don't know, but I have a fucking Lambo. So you'll like figure it out later. You'll be like, oh, I see why that works, right? But who fucking cares? Right? I don't care. You know, my copywriting ability is really like not a lot, right? But my knowledge of big campaigns are one of the best in the world. Spying, studying big winning campaigns, which is the end result that you need to know anyway. This is about creating a campaign. It's not about writing dope copy. Dope copy is just a tool to get there. But end result is big ass campaign.
That's a good point. And we'll end with that. I think that's valid.
Bam.
Very cool.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
you.
me.